Hello, and thanks for joining me on day 2 of our 7-day flight around the world in our Piper Seneca 5. This is our third leg, and it takes us to northeastern Quebec to Kangiqsualulujjuaq Airport. That's Charlie Yankee Lima uniform. This will serve as our jump-off point to our next leg, which takes us to southern Greenland. This flight is flown under the call sign Angel Flight 641, and it simulates taking a terminal ill patient along with his nurse around the world in our Piper Seneca 5. The flight is being paid for with the assistance of Make-A-Wish Foundation, who is granting the wish of this patient to circle the entire globe in a piston engine airplane. And here's a brief synopsis of the flights we've taken up to this point. And as you can see, Kangiqsualulujjuaq serves as a great jumping off point for our next flight to Greenland. Hello and welcome to today's flight on day 2 of our flight around the world in our Piper Seneca 5. We're on the ground in Rouyn-Noranda Airport, and we're going to be flying to northeastern Quebec, Canada, just before we complete our leg to Greenland, and this is the only way that we can do that. All of our flights are with real-world weather, and we are operating with the normal operating range of our Piper Seneca 5. And so we're going to get this thing started and get on our way to northeastern Quebec. And tomorrow we're going to be flying from there to Greenland, so really looking forward to that. Noranda traffic. Angel Flight 641 taking off, runway 26 right, downwind departure, northeast. That's basically a straight across crosswind on takeoff. All right, brake set. Full power. Engine instruments in the green and power's available for takeoff. Brakes release. Airspeed indicator's live. Well, that crossword wind's pushing us around pretty good. There's 60, 70, 80 back pressure on the control wheel. Positive rate of climb, gear up, and flaps retract. Noranda traffic, Angel Flight 641, turning right crosswind, runway 26, Noranda. Noranda traffic, Angel Flight 641, turning right downwind, departing northeast, Noranda. I'm going to hold that heading, catch our outbound course. And we join your outbound course. Autopilot is now active. Not a whole lot going on down there other than tundra, frozen tundra. Outside air temperature, let's check it out, is minus 31 Celsius. That's pretty chilly. Alright, so we're just coming up on 11,000. Looks like, looking at ForeFlight here, we've got 8 minutes and 42 seconds until we reach Kemley, which is our initial approach fix. And then our initial fix Penby, and then again turning final for runway 34. (9,500), 6 minutes, 40 seconds to Kemley. Out of 7,500, 4 minutes now to Kemley. Coming up on 6,000. And 1 minute, 30 seconds, we'll be making left turn. to heading 066 degrees. 5,500. 1 minute 15 seconds. Starting to be able to make out some trees down there, some terrain features as we descend. Pretty primitive landscape. There's a frozen, looks like a frozen, I'll say lake, perhaps. Out of 5,000. 17 seconds. And mixture of forage. My next waypoint is Penby, Papa Echo, November Bravo India. That's a minute and a half. Alright, we're turning left here and coming up on our final approach course. Don't look like we're going to need any ice protection here on this approach. 3,500. George River traffic, Angel Flight 641, 10 mile final, runway 34, full stop George River. Alright, coming up on 3,000. And we cross Penby, so we're going to descend now to 1,900, at or above 1,900. Quite make out a runway out there yet. We're about 8 miles now. All right, I'm gonna slow the airplane down here. Got our prop controls full forward. Seven miles. And gear down. 6 miles. Flaps 1. Still don't quite see a runway down there. Went up on 2,000. Pepgu, Papa Echo, Papa Golf uniforms, the next waypoint at or above 1220, 1220. Decision altitude 844, 844. Flaps 2. George River traffic, Angel Flight 641, 5 mile final, runway 34, full stop George River. Still can't make out a runway. Four miles. George River traffic, Angel Flight 641, 3 mile final, runway 34, full stop, George River. Looks like we'll be landing on snow and ice down there. Might have the runway, not totally sure. Everything's kind of blending together down there. 2.5 mile final. Yeah, I think I have the runway. It's tough to make it out though. George River traffic, Angel Flight 641, 2 mile final, runway 34, full stop, George River. Yeah, I believe that clear patch down there in those trees, kind of right in the windscreen heater, that looks like the runway. About 1.5 mile final now. Can't quite make out the runway edges. I'm going to aim for the middle of that patch. One mile final. I guess I can kind of see the edges of the runway there now. Pulling power back. Not so easy to make out. All right, on the ground, flaps retract. There is nothing here. It sure is pretty. I don't see, of course, you know, we're talking about a simulator here, but I don't see any buildings. I don't see any taxiways. There are runway edge lights, but not much of anything else. But it's beautiful here. Very, very pretty. I'm going to taxi back, and I didn't see any buildings, I didn't see any taxiways, I didn't really see anything to speak of. And there it is, that's pretty much what we just landed on. Pretty cool. So I'll take the airplane down here toward the end of the runway where, at least on the airport map in ForeFlight, it shows some buildings, but I don't see those here in the simulator. Boy, is it beautiful though. My gosh, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. And this is what's so cool about flying, you know, the light twin on our flight as we progress around the world, is you can land in airports like this, whereas the bigger jets, you're not going to get into any of these airports. So that's a really, really enjoyable experience for me. And I'm looking forward to continuing on the next leg. Now, not really. Yeah, I'm probably getting stuck in the snow if I try to get down in there. So I'm gonna leave the runway out here, or the airplane out here on the runway, and not really seeing any good way to get in there. All right, well, that ends this leg of our flight to George River in northeastern Quebec, and next flight's going to be to Greenland. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you join us on our next flight.